NMU offering a new major.
Severe weather moves east. I'm Alyssa Lambert.
And I'm Samantha Ruff, and this is your Public Eye News. In a story we brought to you last week, the race for the next Marquette County Sheriff continues. Yesterday, Lowell Larson kicked off his campaign, being surrounded by friends, family, and supporters at the town hall. He spoke of plans that he has, which include putting deputy workspaces in area schools and having deputies take home patrol cars for faster response times. A quality that sets Larson apart from the other candidates is that he is the only one who has worked for the sheriff's office from the ground up. Larson is up against Chocolate Township Police Chief Greg Zyber and the current Marquette County Undersheriff Mike Klein. Northern Michigan University announced that in the fall they'll be adding another major in Native American Studies. Last night, the NMU Center for Native American Studies held an open house to help answer students' questions. The major will include interacting with Native American communities, tribal governance, and Native American art and culture. NMU is the first and only university in the state to have a bachelor's program in Native American Studies. Over spring break, the Native American Center will be touring high schools with more information.
Artists in the Upper Peninsula are invited to compete in an international art competition this fall. A competition in Grand Rapids called Art Prize will have a pavilion exclusively featuring UP artists. The Boniface Arts Center helped secure the venue and is working with the Marquette Arts and Culture Center to find artists to register. Director of the Boniface Arts Center, Pasqua Wartzler, said that this is a great way for artists in the UP to get recognition outside the area. He encourages artists to register by April 22nd. Art Prize will be held September 21st to October 9th. And Escanaba Public Safety has a new initiative to treat those with drug addiction rather than arrest them. Some drug abusers end up in jail, but time spent there doesn't always fix drug problems, according to the Public Safety Department. The initiative, called the Angel Program, opened February 23rd and helps addicts before they commit drug-related crimes. Addicts can now walk into Escanaba Public Safety and ask for help without facing criminal charges or attend one of 2 rehab facilities for free. Those who have already been charged with crime have to finish their court proceedings, but are encouraged to seek help afterwards. The Right Place, Inc. has been recognized and ranked as one of the nation's best 18 economic development agencies by Global Trade magazine. The agency, which has been around for 30 years, was featured on the magazine's website and will be in the next print issue. The Right Place in December announced it has helped create 3,520 jobs towards their goal of 5,500 jobs. Right Place Chairman and CEO Richard Brayon said, quote, "This ranking reiterates the importance of having a leading economic development organization serving Western Michigan's business," end quote. And after 9 years, a man is no longer facing a felony weapons charge and pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor bridge card fraud count. Calvin D. Snellenberger appeared on Friday before a judge and pleaded guilty to 1 count of food stamp fraud of $250 or less, punishable by up to 93 days in jail. In exchange for his plea, the prosecution agreed to dismiss a 5-year felony count of carrying a concealed weapon. His legal troubles began back in 2007 when a Michigan State police trooper pulled his car over, where they found a severely cracked windshield, an obscured license plate, and the driver wasn't wearing a seatbelt. Snellenberger told the trooper he was nervous because he had a large knife on him and also had a marijuana pipe, an airsoft pistol, and an EBT card. And after the break, we'll have your national and international news. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jennifer DeLynn, the host of Ask the Doctors. Please join me and many of my colleagues this season for Ask the Doctors. All year long, we will explore important medical topics, talk about new treatments, and most importantly, answer your questions with doctors live in our studio. So join us this Thursday for Ask the Doctors right here on Public TV 13.
And welcome back. Weather forecasters are warning more twisters today as deadly storms move from the Gulf Coast to the East Coast. Tornadoes ripped through an RV park in Louisiana and damaged nearly 100 homes and apartments in Florida yesterday, killing at least 3 and injuring dozens of people. Thousands of people across the region were without power, and the threat of more tornadoes remains. 88 million people along the East Coast are at some sort of risk of severe weather today, according to the Storm Prediction Center. Straight-line wind gusts may be particularly strong at 70 miles per hour or greater. And Donald Trump is on a roll after his big win in Nevada, adding to his victories in New Hampshire and South Carolina. But his challengers say the race is just heating up, and they're the ones who can stop the billionaire businessman. Mark Albert has more details from Washington.
We love Nevada. We love Nevada. Thank you.
Donald Trump scored a huge victory in the Nevada caucuses Tuesday night.
We won the evangelicals. We won with young. We won with old. We won with highly educated. We won with poorly educated.
He even won a group the pundits said wasn't possible.
46% with the Hispanics. 46%. Number one.
Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz are downplaying the results of last night's caucuses. Each claims they're the only one who can beat Trump. And both agree there's still time to take him down.
I think it's important to take a deep breath here. First of all, the Republican nomination is decided by delegates. It's over 1,200 delegates you need to have. We're nowhere even near that number.
Trump has won 81 delegates so far, with Rubio and Cruz at 17 each. All eyes are now on next week's Super Tuesday, with 595 delegates at stake.
I cannot wait to get home to the great state of Texas.
Texas has become a must-win state for Ted Cruz if the senator hopes to remain a viable alternative to Trump.
It is our duty as Texas conservatives to support a leader that we can trust.
Wednesday, he picked up the endorsement of Texas Governor Greg Abbott. Mark Albert for CBS News, the White House.
Johnson & Johnson has been ordered to pay $72 million in damages to the family of a woman who died from ovarian cancer allegedly caused by the company's baby powder and other products containing talc for feminine hygiene. A St. Louis jury came to that verdict Monday night, awarding the family $10 million in damages and $62 million in punitive damages. During the trial, Jackie Fox's lawyers claimed that the family company knew about the possible risk of using products containing talc for feminine hygiene use. An expert in a trial said it was important to note that, quote, in the past, talc and baby powder contain asbestos, but modern powder does not, end quote. Johnson & Johnson is expected to appeal the verdict. And economy seats have become smaller over the few years. Now, airplane maker Airbus has filed a patent for a bench seat that can adapt to fit either 2 large passengers, 3 average-sized adults, or 2 adults and 2 small children. Jonathan Vigliotti reports from London.
No matter how much patience you pack, a long-haul flight in economy can leave you defeated. Now a team of London designers hopes to ease that pain with their new twist on economy seating.
It's just like your body. You've got this spine, so you do this, and the seat does this.
Adam White, director of factory design, came up with the idea while on a long-haul flight to Japan.
4 or 5 hours into the flight, I'm kind of doing this, and I'm twisting.
The chair is almost like an exoskeleton, and if you look at the back of it, you'll see what I mean. There's a spinal cord and then a rib cage that shifts with your every movement.
The skeleton will be padded and covered. White says the end result is a chair that adjusts to your body and is more comfortable to sit in and even sleep in for long stretches of time.
And if I didn't like you, I can twist the...
You can twist the other way.
Yeah, the other way.
On the original Concorde seat.
White knows comfort. He began his company designing the last seats for British Airways luxury Concorde. Several airlines have shown interest in the twister, which takes up no more space than a typical economy seat. That's a big selling point as airlines try to jam more passengers on board their flights. Jonathan Vigliotti, CBS News, London.
And stay tuned because after the break, we'll be back with your weather and sports.
Sinatra called him the only true genius in show business. Join the President and First Lady as they welcome Yolanda Adams, the Band Perry, Leon Bridges, Brittany Howard, Sam Moore, Usher, and more in a celebration of this extraordinary artist. Smithsonian salutes Ray Charles in performance at the White House.
Friday evening at 9 on Public TV 13.
And welcome back to Public Eye News. As you can see behind me, it is cloudy, but the temperatures are decent, so if you can, make sure you get outside. I know it's not going to stick around for long. Currently, we have a temperature of 35 degrees, winds northeast at 16 miles per hour, and a barometric pressure of 29.93 inches and dropping. Tonight, we can expect more clouds with a low of 24 degrees and winds north at 24 miles per hour. Tomorrow, we can expect snow showers with a high of 26 degrees and winds north-northwest at 25 miles per hour. Taking a look around the UP, it is a little bit cloudy, but we do have sun in some places. Over in Sault Ste. Marie, we have 37 degrees. Down in Manistee, 37 degrees. Over in Escanaba, 39 degrees. And down in Menominee, 35 degrees and partly cloudy. Over in Iron Mountain, 35 degrees. Ironwood, 31 degrees. Up in Houghton, 32 degrees. And back here in Marquette, 35 degrees and cloudy. Let's take a look at your week ahead. On Friday, we can expect a high of 34, a low of 24 and clouds. On Saturday, a high of 42, a low of 23 and clouds. And on Sunday, a high of 26, a low of 18 and snow. So I know Michigan is receiving snow showers right now, but I hear that's not stopping our women's basketball team.
Not at all. Things are looking up, in fact, as they go north.
Awesome.
Northern Michigan University's women's basketball team is on the road with Houghton. They are taking on rival Michigan Tech in the last game of the regular season. The game could have implications in the seeding of the upcoming women's basketball tournament to begin on March 1st. Northern Michigan has already clinched a spot in the GLIAC tournament. They entered the game with an overall 13-14 record. Wildcats are 12-9 in the GLIAC, currently tied for 7th with Northwood. Michigan Tech has an 18-7 record and is tied with Saginaw Valley State for second place in the GLIAC. The Huskies have also clinched a berth in the tournament and are guaranteed a quarterfinal home game. Northern Michigan leads the rival series 51-41. Their most recent meeting resulted in a very close 71-69 Wildcat victory. The NFL Scouting Combine opened yesterday in Indianapolis. Teams will be looking to fill needs from over 300 invited NFL hopefuls. The first on-field workouts start on Friday for athletes to showcase their speed, agility, and skill set. The Detroit Lions are a team much in need of talent and are hopeful going into the draft. They pick 16th overall. Offensive tackle is Detroit's most pressing need. Laramie Tunsil of Ole Miss, Ron Stanley of Notre Dame, and Jack Conklin of Michigan State are among the likely top prospects they are after. The Lions are also looking for a defensive tackle and linebacker, but may defer to later rounds to see if they can pick up quality wide receiver to fill the void if veteran Calvin Johnson retires. A very tall order indeed. Joel Anthony is returning to the Detroit Pistons after the team pulled out of the trade with Houston Rockets. That has left Detroit weak in the power forward spot. Without Donatas Moyutas, they have called up Justin Harper of the NBA Development League Los Angeles Defenders to a 10-day contract. Harper has played on the past two Pistons Summer League rosters. He will be available to play tonight as the Pistons take on the Philadelphia 76ers at the Palace. So I understand there's a family out in Utah that's trying to start their own basketball team.
They are, Kevin, and they have some substitutes as well. Identical twin sisters in Utah are seeing double after giving birth to identical twins again. Carrie Brunker and Kelly Wall delivered twins within weeks of each other, less than 5 years after giving birth to their first set of twins. Some of the twins were conceived through in vitro fertilization. The happy 36-year-old mothers say their children will grow up together. And another medical marvel in Maine has paid off for a woman looking for a kidney donor. WABI-TV reports that Linda Deming was so desperate for a transplant donor that she posted signs along the road and advertised from her car. 50 people reached out to her, and she eventually found two matches. One who's a 37-year-old married mother of 4 who saw Deming's story on Facebook. Her surgery is scheduled for next week. The power of social media, I'm telling you guys.
I know.
It's ridiculous.
Incredible.
I mean, I like it. You can definitely get your message out there. But that's all the time we have for you today at Public Eye News. Make sure you tune in for tomorrow's show.
The preceding program was produced in studios located in the Edgar L. Hardin Learning Resources Center by WNMU-TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television.